positive self talk and things like that. So I asked the question in the discussion board, what are some ways that you sabotage yourselves? And that's what we're going to talk about now. Okay, so of course, when you're a little kid, you grow up with your parents telling you you could be anything you want to be. How many of you told your parents, when I grow up, I want to be a bum? Nobody? Because most of us have actual goals that we want to accomplish. And even if you don't have actual goals, you still know that you want to do something. And for some of us, there's always that weighted feeling, something keeping you from accomplishing any of the goals or figuring out exactly what it is you want to do. So you end up doing nothing. You've slowly talked yourself out of living your best life, be it out of fear, laziness, not having support. It doesn't matter. The list is endless. No matter what the excuse, because that's what they are, they're excuses. No matter what the excuse is, it's self sabotaging and you shouldn't be doing it. One of the greatest reasons that most people sabotage themselves is because they spend so much time worrying about what other people think. I mean, think about it. We've all done this at some point in our lives. You got excited about an idea, then after a few minutes, you talked yourself out of it because of your fears. You fear being made fun of or having your sanity questioned. Maybe you didn't want to see the looks of disappointment that your parents would give you. One of the biggest things, or one of the biggest reasons that you talk yourself out of doing stuff, is because you think you're going to be embarrassed in front of your peers or your friends. Like when I was a kid, I would dye my hair. Like any color you could think of, I've probably had it in my hair and more than one at a time. And here I am 20, 30 years later, sitting in front of this class with lime green and blue hair because it makes me feel good inside. And I didn't care about what anyone else thought. But there was a point in my late 20s and my early 30s where I tried my best to be straight laced and just blend in so that I wouldn't give anyone a reason to not accept me. Now, yesterday I posted in the discussion board that I wanted everyone to give themselves a compliment. And as easy as that sounds, a lot of you actually had a hard time doing it. And it's because of self-deprecation, where you're so used to highlighting your negative attributes that just simply giving yourself a compliment wasn't the easiest thing to do. It's like we have a negative aspects radar, and we tend to go out of our way to point out all of our flaws and allow all of our positives to slip by as if they never existed. Okay, for instance, have you ever failed at a task and instead of focusing on the parts that went well, you place all of your attention on the things that went wrong? You tell yourself how much of a failure you are, you can never get anything right, or you should just give up the whole idea. Or maybe you focus all of your attention on your physical flaws. You call yourself fat, or you've convinced yourself that a particular part of your body is just completely unacceptable. Now, you find yourself comparing your life and your choices to those of other people. And this too is self sabotaging. This is what we like to call keeping up with the Joneses. You will go out of your way to mirror what you think happiness or success is. And in other people, in other families, in other friend groups, you see all the good in their lives, but you never take the time out to find out how exactly did these people reach this point. You want what you see on TV, but you never take the time out to see if what's being presented to you on the screen is real life or is it just a facade. You're sabotaging your own success because instead of chasing after your own dreams that you have for yourself, You're chasing after what you think someone else has or goals that other people think you should have. And then you blame yourself for things that aren't your fault. You've spoken so negatively about yourself for so long that you instinctively think that when things go wrong around you, it's automatically your fault. And last but certainly not least, you put off change just to keep yourself comfortable. Look, as we get older, we gain experience, and those experiences are what make us who we are. What was good for you at age 20 may not work for you at age 25. It was good for the moment, but as you get older, things change, people change. Just a friendly reminder, bringing up my past doesn't shame me. It doesn't faze me. My past is a part of my life story where I am in control of the narrative. Not only do I own my flaws, but I'm at peace with them. That I've gone through in my lifetime has made me the woman that I am today. So you can't shame me for simply being myself. Of course, this is where self-sabotage steps in. When we attempt to hold on to things that are no longer good for us, but they are familiar and we fear moving on. You fear failing or having to start over. We stay in bad relationships because we hold on to the idea of what attracted us to this other person in the beginning. We stay at a job where we never progress because we fear asking for more or having to do more, and so on and so forth. So how do we stop these thoughts and actions? The most simple answer I can give you is to stand firm on the decisions that you make that you feel are best for you. Focus your attention on yourself for a change. What makes you happy? What makes you an individual? You also have to learn that you are not solely responsible for the happiness of others. And you also are not, okay, you shouldn't be looking for your happiness to come from others. You don't need outside sources of validation to be happy and satisfied with your life and your choices and who you are. Don't allow your life choices, to be made by only doing what makes other people comfortable and happy. And don't get me wrong, in some settings, what other people think does have effect on your life, but you should not be ignoring your own morals and values, ignoring yourself for the sake of other people. You have to let go of the fears that are holding you in place and keeping you stagnant. You don't get you don't get to better by standing still. You have to step into your greatness. You have to build up your own self-confidence and seek out your positive attributes. Focus on you. Focus on who you truly are and who you truly want to be. And